Section 11, weight loss routine, short term only, if required. Now, as you know, we don't do that 4-letter word beginning with D, rhyming with quiet. But we appreciate that some people might want a little Kickstarter if they want to lose a few pounds as they get into the program. Now, something very important to emphasize: when we did the trials on the essential habits, we did one over 33 days, one over 44 days, 2 different groups of people. Everybody who was above their optimal weight lost weight just by doing all the using all the habits consistently for 33 or 44 days. Now, we'd put money on that anybody who needs to lose a bit of weight, is above their optimal weight, adopts the majority of the essential habits, and everything we've covered over the 12 sections, certainly the principles and the behaviours, puts all that into a routine. We pretty much guarantee that weight loss will occur, and that's the whole point, to get down to your optimal weight. However, as a Kickstarter, because we appreciate people ask us for a plan just to get them moving that way, that's what this section is designed for. But it's short term only, couple of weeks, just to kickstart the body. It's not a long term thing. Okay, so please remember that. It's only if you feel you want to do it. Okay, but we'll let you be the judge. Now, the process itself, it's something called IFPC, intermittent fasting protein cycling. It's 2 processes we're putting together. Okay, here's prep something earlier. So IFPC. Now, intermittent fasting, you're probably already aware of this because it's habit 3 from the Essential program. Now, what intermittent fasting is, if you haven't gone through it yet, it's the eating window from when you set your first calories during the day till you've stopped eating. It's that period there. So let's say you start eating at 9 AM and you finish at 7 PM. That's a 10-hour eating window, which means you're fasting for 14 hours. Now, the habit 3, as you've seen, or if you haven't seen yet, basically extols the virtues of shortening your eating windows, the health benefits that are triggered into your body, the beneficial health benefits. Okay, so we know intermittent fasting is good from a health perspective. Now, what we're adding to this is something called protein cycling, which is for the duration of this short term, let's say 2 weeks, is by alternating the amount of protein you take on each day. So you have a high day, then a low day, then a high day, then a low day. So let's say for a week, 2 weeks, however long you feel you want to do it. But it's not a long term. We'll stress that. Now, we've said a few times, life's far too short to count calories. We don't want you to ever do that. We want you to use your hormones to tell you when they work perfectly well. They'll tell you when you're full. They'll tell you when you're hungry. And want to get in tune with your hormones. We don't want you ever to count calories. But this is the only time on the short-term program, if you want to use it on this short section, routine, I should say, where you need to count, because you need to actually pay attention to how much you're taking in. Now, you'll see in the written guide, we've put a chart there, which is based on body weight. So to give you an example, for the protein cycling, if you were 10 stones on a high day, you need to eat at least 63 grams of protein, and on a low day, the following day, you'd only eat 25 grams. Okay, now how that's worked out in the charts is it's based on kilograms. Find it on your online calculator if you need to convert it. 10 stone is about 63 kilograms, so it's 1 gram for every kilogram of body weight on the high day, and then on the low day it's 40% of that. Okay, that's so you can see how the chart is put together. So how it works is, day 1, you always start on a high day. On day 1, you would have in your diet for that day, on that example, 63 grams of protein minimum, and you'd have a 12-12 eating window. That means you eat your calories for 12 hours, let's say from 8 AM to 8 PM, and then you don't eat anything for the next 12 hours. The following day, on your low day, where you're only having 25 grams of protein, you have a 14-hour fasting window and a 10-hour eating window. So the next day, if you start eating at 8 AM, you finish all your calories by 6 p.m. and you have 14 hours before you eat again. Okay, and all you do is do that routine, high, low, high, low, high, low, until you're at the end for how long you want to do it, a week, 2 weeks. Okay, so it's a short blast. So intermittent fasting, you're changing the amount each day and you're changing the amount of protein. Now we know protein's only good for you, your body works hard to digest it. Okay, that's the only thing you're changing here, high to low each day. Everything else in your diet you keep the same. So you're still looking to eat the same, plenty of food so you feel full and satiated. The only difference is the protein, where you're consciously going for high one day and low the next. Now what it does, these two processes combined, kicks in something called autophagy, which is a rejuvenation program within your body, which where the cells self-clean. Okay, that's one of the major benefits you get from this, and you're turning on your fat burners, because both intermittent fasting does this and protein cycling does this. Okay, but I must stress, this isn't a long term. Even though when I say things like fat burners, please don't think this is something you're going to do all the time. Yeah, get plenty of protein in your diet. This is just the cycling to kickstart all these systems, to give you a good kickstarter if you want to lose a bit of body weight on the way into adopting the whole program. Okay, I hope all that makes sense. Please get into the written program. Read it a few times if you want to do it, but you may not need to. Or you may not want to, you may not need to. Okay, but if it's something you want to do, just a little blast, couple of weeks, give it a go. Give you a real good boost, and you should feel good because it rejuvenates the body at the same time. Okay, so that's everything on this short-term weight loss routine, and I'll see you on video 12, where we will bring everything together for the conclusion.